In this first look video from InfluenceWP, we are going to be checking out WP Job Openings, which is a plugin to help you create a job listing and recruitment website. If you want to check it out for yourself, go to wpjobopenings.com, and they are a partner of InfluenceWP. So if you want to grab an exclusive deal, go over to influencewp.com/deals. Okay, before we poke around on their company website and see what they're all about, and then look at the actual solution. A quick bit of housekeeping. First look videos cover solutions we have no prior experience with. They show vendors how new users experience their product or services for the very first time. They show users our experience with the onboarding process, the initial setups, any hiccups that we encounter, how we work through those hiccups, any best practices that we can offer, that sort of thing. These videos are unedited. We click record and publish whatever comes out. These are not official tutorials, although they do often contain tutorial aspects. There's not going to be any affiliate links associated with this video. We are not paid to create these videos. If you would like videos like this or other types of videos created for your business, go to influencewp.com/partners and request your free lifetime partner membership. Alrighty, let's go ahead and poke around here. What I typically do nowadays is I just dive right into the footer because that's where we start getting the information that we are looking for, at least that I'm looking for. So if you're interested in an affiliate program, they have one. So check that out. I'm going to pull up the docs. I want to pull up the roadmap. Let's pull up the about page. What else? I think that's good. And then you see here that you can connect with them all over social media. They have a newsletter. They have a chat bubble where you can talk to them. Multiple ways to get in touch with them, which is always good to see. All right, it looks like their docs are substantial, which is good to see. I'm going to pull that over to my other screen in case we need it. Here we see their feedback. So people chiming in and offering feedback, asking for a request, things of that nature. So that looks good and healthy. Roadmap looks active, and they have a nice change log. So good stuff there. I always like to put faces with names, and it looks like they've done a really good job of displaying their team and talking about their values, their culture. And then they talk about giving back, which is always good to see, whether it's WordCamps, charity, and sponsorships, Fire for the Future, all that good stuff. All righty, let's take a look at the solution now and see what we got. So prior to hitting record, I installed the pro version, which is what we're going to look at here. So I'm going to click activate. We'll see this all together. All right, so we got an error message, which I kind of expected this. They want the core version of WP Job Openings installed. So let's go ahead and do that. So this would be if you're running the free version, right? Thanks for installing WP Job Openings. You are awesome. With WP, it will take you only a few minutes to set up your job listing page and start hiring. Okay. Name of the company. Let's do IWP. Let's put in email address. Job listings page. We'll go with the default, which is jobs. Here it looks like we have a dashboard with all of our information, whether it's application status, open positions, things of that nature. I'm going to go ahead and go back to plugins, and we're going to activate the pro version. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to license this up. Okay, that's done. All right. So we are now in the settings area. So after I activated the plugin, the license, I jumped over here from the account tab over into the general tab. Okay, so here we can set things like, when we went through that little wizard, we see some of those things like the jobs page, the name of the company, the HR email address. You can set your time zone, slugs, things like that. Things you're typically used to seeing under a general tab. Under the appearance tab, it looks like we can adjust the appearance of the job listings page itself, whether it's the layout, listings per page, filters, things of that nature. Then you've got some other options down here at the bottom for filters, and then other options like what do you do with expired jobs? What do you do when the positions are filled? Then the actual job listing itself. So you got the job listing page where it's just all of the jobs are posted on the page. And then if you dive into an individual listing, you've got the job detail page, right? Okay, so here you can define the layout and things of that nature. If you want to change some of the wording, that's what this change strings will do. And the job specifications tab here, we can specify those filters, right? So job category, it looks like we don't have one. So let's put in, what's a category? We'll call it development. Let's do another one for design. Okay. This is just the industry that I know most. Obviously, you're going to have multiple categories, right? But design and development are top of mind. Job location, let's do US. Let's do EU. I just want to have a couple different options in here to choose from. And then you can add more specifications if you want. For the purposes of this video, we're just going to roll with what we have. Then we've got admin filters. Okay, so you can define what the filters are going to be. Then we've got forms. So this is going to be for the application form options. And then we've got some GDPR compliance stuff. Looks like you can fully customize your forms. And then your notifications tab, you can notify the applicant once their application is received. Also, once the application is received, you can notify the admins. Then there's another one for job expiration notifications. And all of this stuff looks to be fully customizable. They give you all kinds of template tags over here on the right to drop in. So very, very cool stuff. Under customize, you can like put your company logo in there, all of your branding, adjust the footer text. And then they've got another option here to define more notification templates that you can reuse over and over. Then we've got a short codes tab. So we've got general short code, all jobs, filter jobs, number of jobs to show, what filters do you want to show, and then you can generate the short code. Then you can generate short codes for forms, job specifications, job stats. Then under advanced, we've got all of the different statuses. So you can adjust the colors, the labels, some notification settings for each. Very, very cool stuff. So you can leave that as is, or you can set it to your branding, or you can set it to just colors that you like, whatever makes sense for your business there. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the settings. We're not going to dive in further depth into all of those. We're just going to roll with the defaults and just kind of see what we get. We are using the 2025 theme. I did notice under appearance that it's talking about a theme template versus a plugin template. My brief reading before I hit record, just to kind of get a general understanding of what's going on here, is if you wanted to pull from the theme, choose that option. If you wanted to pull from WP job openings, just have it as the plugin template. And you've got that option here for whether it's the job listing itself or the job listings page or the job listing itself, like the details within the listing you can adjust. And then again, the strings. Okay, so let's just roll with all the defaults. So let's do a job opening. Let's add one. Okay, let's do CEO. And down here in the bottom, we're going to add our, nope, see, that wouldn't be that. Let's do full stack web developer. That's the job. Okay. Then our category we'll do development. And then our job type, we'll do full-time. Our job location, we'll do US. And then our other options here for this post type, the job post type, we can exclude this from the job listings page. We can mark the position as filled. We can choose a specific applications form. We can set the job, when it's going to expire. So like maybe it's only good for 90 days. We can CC certain people on the notifications. So additional admins or a specific company maybe wants to be CC'd on the application, what have you there. So we've got that in there. Let's see if we type in here. Let's see if this gets brought over. So this is my development job description. I don't even know what that's going to do, but we'll see. We'll find out. All right, publish. Let's look at this on the front end. So we're going to click view job listing. There we go. So there's the description that did come in. We've got the author at the top, our category, our job type, location, and then you can apply for this job. This is my cover letter. Enjoy. Then you can upload a resume. We've got a test PDF right here. We're going to agree to the terms and submit. All of this stuff for design, I believe, now WP job openings can correct me on this if they happen to watch this. I believe, again, this is going to pull from your theme. So we're 2025 theme, but you can choose to leverage the plugin itself and whatever designs they have in there and see what comes of that. Your other option then is if you want to use one of those and one of those looks better to you and you want to build upon it further, then you can just add your own custom CSS. Okay. So let's go ahead and click submit. Your application has been submitted. Let's go back to our dashboard. And now under applications, we do see our application is in there. We can view it. Here we can see all of our details, download the resume. We can see an activity log down here on the right. We can add some notes. This applicant is very kind. We can give them a rating, change the status. Okay, so that is that. And then we've got job openings. So we see that there. View that on the front end. We already saw that. Trying to find, oh, the page was called jobs, right? So let's go to that. So these are going to be this is going to be our listing. And we are currently seeing what looks like a list view. So let's go over into appearance, settings, appearance. And then, so this is the job listings page. We see that it is list view. Let's change it to grid view for fun. List view, refresh, grid view. Awesome. Here's our categories we can filter by, our job types, our job locations, and so on and so forth. All right, let's go ahead and add one more job just so we can see how it looks. Let's do pro designer, just making stuff up. This is my description. My category is design, job type. This one's going to be part-time. This location is going to be in the EU, Eastern European Union, EU. Okay, we'll keep all this default. Actually, you know what? Let's do set expiration just to see what this triggers. Display expiration dates. Publish. Refresh our job openings page. We need to reset our filters. So let's go all the way back out. There's probably a short code. You can probably configure this. I'm 99.9% sure you have to be, right? There's got to be like a reset filters option. But here we go. So let's go into the details of Pro Designer. And here we see that this job closes on the date we selected. You can apply. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we go back to our dashboard and we start to see, see some stats starting to come in. We've got 2 open positions, 2 applications. We've got the status of those applications in here. Who's the applicant? What are the positions? Very, very cool stuff. And then if you want to go into the individual things like job openings or applications area, you can do that. And again, adjust the ratings, put notes in for the applicants, the candidates, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we went over the openings, the applications, all of the settings, or not all of them, but we got a general sense of what settings are available to set. As you can tell, it's highly customizable. Very beautiful. Lots of awesome stuff. And then add-ons. We've got 2 free add-ons for resume viewer and auto delete applications. And then we've got 2 paid ones for user access control and then job alerts. So those would come in very handy as well. Okay. So yeah, let's go back to our jobs. We've got our job listings page. Someone comes in. I want to check out the available position for a full stack web developer. Got all my details. Submit my application, and you're off to the races. You can see how, as someone who builds directories, you could I could see how very quickly you could have a job listing website built with this and be off to the races. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, InfluenceWP.com to check out more exclusive deals, enter some free giveaways, and lots of other cool stuff. So see you over there and see you in the next video.